everybody, I'm Mrs. Magoo, and welcome to the very first episode of Taking Care of You with Mrs. Magoo. You know, you may be saying to yourself, Magoo, isn't that the cartoon character that was the little old man who was half blind and caused havoc wherever he went? Well, I'm sort of a female version of Mr. Magoo. I've been legally blind since I was 10 years old, but I don't cause havoc wherever I go. Well, maybe a few places. Now, taking care of you. What are some of the elements of taking care of you? Well, number one, it's very important that you stop and take time to focus on you and relax. You know, everybody's so busy these days, and especially we baby boomers, we seem to have an awful lot on our plates. You know, a lot of us are taking care of elderly parents, or maybe your aging parents are already living with you. There's grandkids, there's volunteer work, regular jobs. And you know, I'm sure some of you might be taking care of a spouse that's mentally or physically impaired or challenged. So if you don't take the time to stop and take care of you, you're not going to be any good to anybody else. You know, taking time for you is not self-indulgent, it's self-preservation. Another aspect of taking care of you is to stay out of that frustration zone. Now, the frustration zone is a place that you end up when you're trying to accomplish something and it's just not working out for you. Or it could be people aren't behaving the way that you think they should or that you wish they would. Another aspect of taking care of you is to simplify your life. Make things easy for yourself. Well, we'll be coming up on this show with lots of ways to do for you. So every show we are going to have a couple of regular segments. One of the first regular segments is going to be called Vision Assist. And where I'm legally blind, I have a lot of empathy for people who have poor vision, or you know, people who are losing their vision to age-related macular degeneration. So in this particular segment, we're just going to talk about ways of coping with losing your vision, and we'll come up with alternative ways of doing things that will make your life easy and keep you out of that frustration zone. Another segment we'll be doing every week is a do-it-yourself project. So any of the projects that we do, it's most likely you already have most of the ingredients in your house. And then at the end of every episode, we'll have an inspirational quote of the day. We'll have occasional informative guest hosts, and we'll just, you know, relax, have some fun, and maybe, just maybe, we'll learn something too. Okay, the first example, the next segment actually I want to go to is showing you a couple of examples of the frustration zone and how to stay out of it. So stay there, we'll be right back. Hi there. We're talking about the frustration zone. So here I have a package of cookies, and it has one of these twist ties on it. And I don't know if it's because I don't see all that well, but I seem to have so much problems undoing these twist ties. I'll start to untwist and untwist and untwist, and I'm like, I think I'm tightening it. Well, let me go back the other way, and I go, and that doesn't seem to be going anywhere either. So now I'm starting to get into the frustration zone. So when you encounter, well, at least when I encounter one of these darn twist ties, the first thing I do is I get out my scissors and I cut it off. Okay, bye-bye now. Okay, so now I have a package of cookies, but they're not sealed. So enter a clothespin. Now everybody should have a bag of these in their house. These things have so many different uses, and we'll talk about some of those uses in future episodes. So here you go. All I have to do is clip it onto my cookies. Oh, that feels so much better. Okay, now I have nice fresh cookies. Okay, that's one example. Now here's another one. When it comes to making your bed and you have a fitted sheet, now here again, I don't know if it's just me that has a problem with this. I go to one corner and put the fitted sheet on that corner. Then I go over to the other side of the bed and try and stretch it over and match it up to the opposite corner. Oh, that doesn't work. I go back around the bed and take the sheet off and try another corner. Then I go back around the other side of the bed and try and match up the corners. It doesn't work. You know, and I have a king-size bed, so that's a lot of travel. I have actually resorted to jumping on the bed and rolling from one end to the other because it just saves the save time. So now I'm starting to get frustrated. So here's the solution. You have a fitted sheet. So what you want to do is you want to put the sheet on the bed, take the time to get it all lined up and matched up because you're not going to have to do that a second time. So what you want to do is you want to take the top right-hand corner, or you can use any corner that you want, but I just use the top right-hand corner. Now the sheet's all on the bed. I take safety pins, and I have pinned, there's probably 3 or 4 kind of in a cluster here. So when the sheet comes out of the dryer, I literally feel around, I find my clump of safety pins, and I know this end is for the top right-hand corner of the bed. So once I get that lined up, everything else should match up. And if you're good with a needle and thread, instead of the safety pins, you could sew a button on. I have a nice contrasting color here. And that's easy to find as well. If you can't see well enough to thread a needle anymore, you should try the self-threading needles. They're available at the craft stores, and they're available online. They're really wonderful. The top of the needle has like a little groove in it. So all you have to do is take your thread, get it taut, press down on the groove, and the thread slides into the needle. You could do it blindfolded. But it's wonderful if you like to sew when you can't do it anymore because you can't thread a needle. Okay, so those are a couple of examples of the frustration zone and little things you can do. I know they're little things, but you know what? You go through this a lot during the day, it all adds up. Okay, coming up next, we are going to do a DIY project, which is a homemade facial, which uses one product, and I bet you anything, you probably already have it in your house. Stay there, we'll be right back. Okay, our do-it-yourself facial consists of one product, and that product is plain yogurt. Now, you want to make sure you have plain yogurt. You don't want strawberries and blueberries and mangoes. You just don't want to put that junk on your face. So you want plain yogurt. And I actually prefer the Greek yogurt. I like Cabot only because it's very rich in consistency. It's not runny at all. One other thing is you want full fat yogurt. You don't want this no fat, low fat, some fat, a bit of fat, fake fat. You want the full fat yogurt because that's where all the good stuff is for your skin. Okay, we are a low budget show here. Well, actually, we're a no budget show. So I can't afford models to demonstrate our do-it-yourself products. So meet Beulah. She's going to be helping us out, demonstrating all our wonderful do-it-yourself beauty products. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to make sure you wash your face, wash it really good, and actually, maybe even first, you want to put a headband on. Okay, I always do that before I wash my face anyway. Okay, just because you want to keep the hair off of your face because you don't want to get yogurt in your hair. Actually, yogurt's good for your hair, but that's another episode. But for now, we'll just do this so you won't have to bother washing it out of your hair. Okay, so you've cleansed your skin. Well, actually, before I even get into that, why a yogurt facial? Well, yogurt has humectants, which is nice moisture for your skin. It's a great moisturizer. It also has lactic acid, which exfoliates your skin, and it also will tighten up your pores. And it feels really, really good on. So you've cleansed your face. And you know, another thing too, if you ever get a sunburn, put yogurt all over your face or all over your body, wherever it's affected, because it will really, it'll help. It'll help take the sting out of the burn, and it will help it heal faster too. So I have some plain yogurt here. Now, for most people, a tablespoon is more than enough. If you really want to put it on thick, you could use a couple of tablespoons. And also, if you want to kick up the moisturization a notch, add a tablespoon of olive oil to the yogurt, and that will give you double the moisturization. But the plain yogurt on its own does a great job. Now, also, if you have acne, you have breakouts every now and then, yogurt's great for that. What you would want to do is take it and apply it to whatever area is affected. You'd leave it on for 30 minutes. And I would do that every day until you see the affected area start to clear up. But yogurt has bacterial properties too, so that's why it's kind of great for all types of skins. So I have my yogurt here. So what I'm going to do, thanks Bella, is I'm going to start with my neck, and I'm just going to work my way up. You know, whatever beauty treatment you do for your face, always make sure you do it for your neck, whether that be moisturizing it or using some sort of facial treatment. Don't forget your neck. So we're going to get it on the neck, and we'll get it on the chin, and we'll get it on the nose, and we'll do the forehead. Just massage it in. And then you can also just sort of dab it. And it will probably, it'll be wet, but it will start to dry in a little bit. So if you really want to get a nice thick layer on there, just dab it on. Now, if you can, get it all the way down to your décolleté. That's French for chest. Or maybe it's French for bosom. Well, I'm not sure. But anyway, I know it might be kind of messy, but if you can, get it down to your décolleté area as well. Okay, so now what you're going to do is you're going to sit down and relax. You're not going to multitask. You're not going to do the laundry while this is sitting on your face. Or you're going to sit down and relax for probably, I'd say 15 to 20 minutes. It will start to dry, and you'll feel your pores start to tighten up. So, you know, maybe just slice a couple of slices of cucumber, put it on your eyes, and just put your head back and relax for 15, 20 minutes. Or just have a cup of coffee or tea, or, you know, read a book, but take that time for yourself. Because you know what? Once the day gets started, you may not have any more time for yourself. So at least you got 15 to 20 minutes in under your belt, time you did for you. Okay, so we'll let that sit on there for 15 to 20 minutes. Now it's time to take it off. When you remove, anytime you do a facial treatment, you want to make sure when you go to remove it, you use a damp face cloth or a sponge. Because with the yogurt, it has exfoliated your skin, so you've got all those dead skin cells sitting there. So you want to make sure you wipe them off. And I think just using your hands isn't going to do it. You might not get all of them. So we're just going to work up, and we're going to wash all this off. Now, when you do this, make sure you get all of it off. One day I was walking around, and all I could smell was sour milk. And I'm saying to myself, I hope that's not that expensive perfume I bought. Well, lo and behold, I had left a chunk of yogurt on my neck. I don't know, when I went to take it off, I missed it somehow or other. But fortunately, the collar of my shirt covered it up, so you couldn't see it. So just make sure you really, and you know, like in the little crevices, your nose and in between your eyes, sometimes it can get caked and stuck up there. Okay, so we got all cleaned off. Then what you want to do is rinse with some water, and then just go about your daily skin routine. If you use toner, put your toner on, put some moisturizer on, whatever you do. And your face will be so nice and supple. It will have a nice glow to it. It will feel amazing. So this is a good thing to do for you. Actually, I have a few minutes left. So you know what I'm going to do? With the holidays coming up, okay, Beulah, you're excused. With the holidays coming up, I thought maybe what I would do is give you some all-natural remedies for hangovers. Okay, the best way to cure a hangover is to not get one in the first place. But you know what? Sometimes it just happens. So there's a couple of all-natural remedies. One would be, you wake up the next morning, you eat a banana. When you drink a lot, you pee a lot. And when you pee a lot, you lose a lot of potassium. And that may be why you feel a little fuzzy or a little dizzy. So eat a banana and wash it down with a nice bottle of water. Okay, something else you can use, take lemons and limes. I only had a lemon, couldn't find a lime. So take lemons and limes, cut them up and squeeze them into a nice big glass of water. And you drink that down, and that will help flush the alcohol out of your system. And another thing, probably everybody knows about this, is have a glass of tomato juice. Tomato juice contains something called lycopene, and lycopene will actually assist your liver in getting rid of all the alcohol faster. So you drink tomato juice, it will it'll shorten the duration of your hangover. Oh, and another one too, I have not tried this one yet, but I've read good things about it, is pickle juice. Pickle juice is loaded with sodium, and there again, when you pee a lot, you lose a lot of sodium. So I definitely, if I have any problems this holiday season, I'm going to try that pickle juice. And also, you know, like Gatorade or Pedialyte, you can try that too, because those have a lot of electrolytes, which you also lose when you pee a lot after you've been drinking. So, hey guys, I'm out of time. Our quote for the day is, "Age is an issue of mind over matter. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter." Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me for my very first show. Remember to stop and take the time to take care of you. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.